Happy New Year from Grace Avenue United Methodist Church. Hi, my name is Billy Echols-Richter. I'm one of the pastors here at the church, and today I'm coming to you with our devotional time that we'll be doing across the month of January based on this book called First by Mike Slaughter. Mike does a wonderful job of giving us a daily devotional, and every day we on the staff are going to take a moment to just kind of talk about these particular devotionals and share them with you and maybe share some of the thoughts with you as we go along. On this day, we find that the devotional that is first in the book is really about the first things, particularly that are in the Ten Commandments. Mike talks about the first two of the Ten Commandments, which of course you know are, "You shall have no other gods before me," and "You shall not make any idols for yourself." Now, Mike calls this chapter Naming Our Idols, and he gives reference to two scriptures, one, Exodus 20, which is where we find the Ten Commandments, and then he reviews this story that happens late in Exodus 32, where the people actually think Moses has forsaken them. He's gone up on the mountain. He hasn't come back down. And when he hasn't come back down, the people decide to go ahead and take all of their gold and melt it into a golden calf. Do you remember the story? And when they melt it into the golden calf, they start to worship the calf. They do exactly what God had instructed them not to do. They had made a graven image for themselves. They had made an idol for themselves. Now, I have to tell you that I think one of the things that this story reminds me of is how important it is for us to continuously take an inventory of our lives, a spiritual inventory, to think about what is the most important things in our lives, and are there things in our lives that we put in front of our relationship with God? Are there things that we care about more than we care about our relationship with God? Another way of asking it is, do we worship created things instead of worshiping the Creator? Now, the story in Exodus 32 is really a story about brazen idol worship. And in this midst of this brazen idol worship, they go out of their way to worship this golden calf. But what I become more concerned about and think is more important for us to think about in this day and age is not so much the brazen idol worship. We can identify that. It's more of the subtle idol worship. There are things that creep into our lives that we sometimes don't realize how much space they're taking up, how much time they're taking up, how much energy they're taking up. And in the midst of that, that's why it's so important, I think, again, to do this spiritual inventory. I want you to ask yourself three very important questions today. First thing, what are you spending most of your time on in your life right now? Secondly, what are you spending your money on right now? What are you spending your resources on right now? And then, what are you spending your energy on right now? There is a great passage of Scripture in Matthew in which Jesus says, "Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." And so one of the things that I'm encouraging you to do at the beginning of this brand new year is to neglect and to push away idol worship, but not just the big brazen things, but the little subtle things that creep into our lives as well. So important at the beginning of the year to take a spiritual inventory and make sure that we are not putting anything before our relationship with God. I hope you have a great day. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow for the next devotional in our series called First. You can pick this book up on Amazon.com, and we hope you'll be a part of all of the things that we'll be doing in the coming months with our First worship series. God bless you.